Man goes to the doctor and says, "Doctor, I'm depressed." And the doctor says, "This is easy. The great clown Pagliacci is in town. Go see him. He'll make you laugh. Things will be great." And the man breaks down in tears and says, "But doctor, I am Pagliacci." Welcome to Obnoxious Optimism. Because sometimes I say things and even I just want to say, "Emily, shut up." Whoops, I played two sounds at once. When I was researching that line, and yes, it's from Watchmen, but it's also apparently a very old joke, it occurred to me the sad clown, is that where that comes from? Because a clown still has to perform even when he's having personal struggles and inner turmoil? Turns out it is. That's where the sad clown comes from. So, I learned something new today. Hopefully you do too. But the reason I told you that story is because it's stuck with me ever since I first heard it. I don't know why. I mean, it's sad, but I feel like you could also take it a different way. Not the way it's intended, but I feel like you could take it as you are your own cure. And recently I realized I was, so to speak, keeping myself sick so that I didn't have to live up to something. And I realized I needed to probably change that. I needed to find the cure, be my own cure, what have you. And that joke came to mind when I was thinking that. Again, probably, definitely not what that joke is about. I've been listening to Discipline is Destiny by Ryan Holiday. I definitely suggest it. I had read it a couple years ago, and I liked it. He has a whole series of the 4 virtues of Stoicism, and that's one of them. Discipline is Destiny. So I've been listening to that, and it's, of course, a lot about how to discipline yourself, why you should discipline yourself, and something... maybe because I was listening to it this time, I was listening to it on the way to Little Rock to see a bunch of women graduate from Emerge Arkansas, which is a program that helps Democratic women learn how to run for office, basically. It helps prepare them, and it gives them lots of resources to succeed. So it was really cool. I got to be part of the graduation ceremony because I was in it in 2023. So on my way to that, I was listening to Ryan Holiday, and then when I was coming back, it just kind of hit me that I'm not living up to my potential. That is part of it. The other part is that I'm accepting too little from myself. I need to get back to where I demand more of myself because I know there is more to me. And this podcast is going to be sort of go on a journey with me to rediscover how I can better be myself. And hopefully along the way, it'll show you ways you can be yourself better. You, but better. Not that you're not good. Anyway, I wrote something in my journal that I'm going to read. And it's kind of all over the place, but, that's how it goes. I'm more than I'm allowing myself to be. The things I used to strive for are all now taken for granted. I'm on city council. I own my own business. I have a house. I have all I could ever want. and I'm taking each thing for granted because I'm tired or because my pills aren't right. Which, disclaimer, you do need your pills right. It's not always the best excuse. There are adjustments that can be made regardless of all of that. I have to make these changes. I deserve to make them. I get to make them. I can show up literally anytime. If I want to, if I don't, if I feel awful or excellent, I get to do whatever I want. So why not do something great? The brain power I use coming up with reasons I don't want to do something could power a small town for a year, maybe 6 months. Things happen, sure. There's always a chance I'm giving up because it got hard. You know what's hard? Cancer at 14. You know what's hard? Divorce at 40. No, 39. You know what's hard? Keeping a business from going down during a pandemic. And yet I did all of those things. And now I get to do even more. I get to. And that has to be the way you phrase it, because it's not, I should, I want to, I have to, I get to. How crazy is that? And I'm not saying that there aren't days where it's hard to get out of bed. There are. But maybe instead of, well, I guess I'm just in bed today, maybe I roll out of bed and throw the comforter on the bed, and then it's made up, and then I won't want to get back in it. Something small. I can start small. Anyway, that's really all I have today. I might start doing these live so that there's a little more pressure on me to say more words. If you haven't read the Watchmen comics, you should. Graphic novel. If you haven't read the Watchmen graphic novel, if you haven't watched The Red Man, no. If you haven't read, Jesus Christ. If you have not read the Watchmen graphic novel, you should. They're fantastic. Rorschach is the one that tells the Pagliacci story. It's very sad. It's very depressing. But that's why sometimes you take things that are depressing, you turn them around, because you're obnoxiously optimistic. Sometimes I just want to say, Emily, shut the up. Emily, shut the up. Did it work? I don't know.